انطلاقا من حرص القوات الشعبية على إنهاء شلال دماء أهل غزة وإحياء مستقبلها.
Yes, of course that's true. The Shin Bet recruits spies, informants, and it also cultivates entire clans in Gaza, including the Abu Shabab clan, whose members I think were just arrested yesterday, including the Dokmesh clan as well. It recruits them, it funds them, and it provides weapons to them, and they are protected by the IDF. However, when the IDF withdraws, as it did yesterday, then those collaborators with Israel become vulnerable, and Hamas can take care of them, can arrest them because of their collaboration with Israel. Well, the Shin Bet has a long tradition going back many decades, all the way to the founding of the state, of recruiting Arab, Palestinian informants, because those informants live inside the community and they have relationships with people in the community, and they can glean intelligence from the connections that they have. And they can do this in a way that no Israeli would be able to do, and certainly not the army, because they'd be seen as foreign and as hostile. Of course, Israel now has all sorts of technological, electronic surveillance. So that might reduce their reliance on these human intelligence sources, but they are still very active in recruiting and supporting them because they achieve the things that Israel cannot do. For example, the Abu Shabab clan was killing Palestinians. It was extorting payments and bribes for humanitarian food shipments into Gaza. And it was protected by the IDF because it was doing the IDF's bidding in Gaza. The cynicism of it is, though, that once the IDF withdraws, the Shin Bet provides these people no protection. And then they're at the vulnerability. They're vulnerable to the Palestinian security forces coming and getting them, as they did. Well, unfortunately, the IDF has targeted journalists in particular in Gaza, and it's killed 200 journalists, of whom he was one of them. And this is, of course, a war crime. A violation of the Geneva Convention to do this. And in most cases, the IDF has actually itself killed many of these journalists. But in this case, they farmed out the killing to one of their proxies inside of Gaza. And I note that the pro-Israel social media influencers are calling him a spy, calling him a Hamas operative. And this, by the way, is a common standard practice for Israeli intelligence and social media when they want to kill a journalist, as they did Anas I forget his last name, and they begin a process of smearing them by trying to associate them with Hamas. And once they do that, they can call them terrorists instead of journalists, and then they become vulnerable to being eliminated, to being killed. Because if you turn someone into a terrorist, then regardless of whatever status they may have as a journalist, they become targets for Israel.